Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing about the topic that is integration. Integration basically we are discussing about one topic that is India account. India account basically we discuss SBI account and SBI account and Amazon account and the after 2 days big earthquake is basically going to happen. So that topic actually in really basically earthquake is not going to happen. Big earthquake basically I'm telling. So earthquake basically is not going to happen. So the topic is basically connected to lava data. So one person told that lava bank basically need to create. If basically one person basically from satellite group told that basically you are basically thinking just now basically. So the people who are actually into the lava creation, they might have not created the banks basically. They might have created na basically. Otherwise basically how it's difficult to handle the future data basically. That how basically the this 1 lakh company basically of Mumbai city they can remember the because they are doing projects this 1 lakh slot basically was there now basically next another slot will come next like this basically many slots basically they have completed but how to remember that basically yeah because this 1 lakh data basically which has connected that is the 1 lakh software companies basically they are going to create this 10 crore projects they have created 10 crore projects from the 10 crore 100 crore people basically is 100 crore child is going to happen basically 100 crore child is going to happen 100 crore child basically is going to happen so how to keep this track everything basically that is not possible basically. How to keep the track so one person told that there might be some bank basically which is not connected with the few money basically. They are directly connected with the lava data that is basically the software companies that are the software companies basically. That are the software companies one person basically told that basically you are basically Sunil telling that there is one group basically of Bollywood. They always basically are advanced basically. You told basically in the video basically and satellite groups also basically watch this video. And they basically told that Bollywood basically has not created any movie basically for this. That is 100 crore child is going to happen. This particular boy basically which is ongoing, he is going to get a marriage and he is going to get this type of child and his child is going to get this type of ideas and basically he is going to become doctor, he is going to become vakil, he is going to become policeman, he is going to become software engineer, software professional, project managers, CEO, vice president, company owner. So this everything basically there is no movie created for this basically because it's not connecting the current future basically. The movies are created to current basically current future basically for that basic sorry current data basically for that current data basically the movies are created but for future data basically movies are created there is no movie lots of people say that with Bollywood group basically know that basically there is one lava but there is no movie basically or there is movie basically lots of people say that there is movie for each and every user stories so this lava data and the energy is the special basically rich people basically gets the energy for that also basically movie might be there here basically and the poor person basically getting the lava data for that basically the movie might be there yes Sunil, basically you search basically movie basically there is any movie or what basically. Then one of the person told that how to search basically that is also a question basically how to search basically that you have to type like this lava or basically 100 crore child going to happen projects but Google will not understand what actually what is written why because Google only gives those data which basically they know the information but this is what basically 100 crore child is going to happen in future from this 1 lakh projects, sorry, 10 crore projects, which is created by 1 lakh software companies. This I should write in the Google. So what basically Google is going to give the data, because this type of data basically that is not possible. He will say that basically this many child basically got birth today, and this basically people basically this many girls basically are pregnant. Like this whole data basically he can give, but they can't give the 100 crore people basically child is going to happen. And that also basically 1 lakh condition Bill Gates basically, that is a Microsoft, has created basically. And this 1 lakh condition basically, for that each and every people are also created. You will not able to believe that basically. Assume that basically there is 1 lakh condition. In 1 lakh one condition basically there are around 3 to 4 lakh people basically. Second condition, 80 to 90,000 people. So you can't believe that basically. You can believe this basically. It's very difficult to say only. So Google basically might not understand this. So Google means AI tool basically. That is basically one of the AI tool basically. But it has not given the AI tool name basically. Somebody has created Chat GPT and they basically has given the name AI. So mostly people says that the Google has created this Chat GPT. In future, basically, if he will give the name of Google to AI, anything is going to happen. Anything problem is going to create. So he's checking that basically. That if I give the name of Chat GPT to AI, anything is going to happen with their brand basically. That is a Google brand. So Google basically never implements new things basically in his Google. He creates new stuff basically, creates a new company only basically, like Google Chat GPT. That is basically one AI tool basically, which gives everything basically what you ask. But that basically has given the name as AI. So like this basically many things basically are there. So here basically we are not discussing Google, but Google basically are also there basically, because they are also rich people basically. So here basically we are not talking rich basically. So here talking about lava data basically. So in this, Google will not able to give the answer. Why? Because 100 crore child is going to happen, and assume that basically assume that basically Bill Gates has allocated one person, and he's basically he was some special person for Bill Gates basically, but somebody basically has done his Nasbandi and AIDS in Mumbai city. Assume basically just really basically nothing has happened. Just taking a user story. You see the user story. So Bill Gates is basically what going to do basically. He was special person basically for that basically. He was special basically. That person basically got AIDS and Nasbandi basically. So what Bill Gates is going to do? Because he has that Mumbai basically has attacked his property basically. So Bill Gates is going to do anything basically. If Bill Gates will take action against Mumbai, then basically he will lose his entire business basically in Mumbai. Why? Because Mumbai business of the Microsoft is basically controlled by rich people basically. Rich people, everybody knows who are rich in Mumbai. But that was poor person basically. His Nasbandi and AIDS basically was done by rich people basically. So anything is going to happen to Mumbai city, or basically Bill Gates will say that basically sorry or basically here basically assume that basically that poor child was me basically. But really basically I don't have AIDS basically, and my Nasbandi has also not done basically. I'm just taking it as an example basically, because here basically we are talking about the future child basically, or child basically happens through energy basically. That we are talking the topic basically, because it's connecting to the software company directly basically. Because software companies basically are designing this only. Whatever software company basically they are working basically, they are connected to child creation only basically. You will not believe this basically what I am telling basically. They are connected with the future child creation only. In this basically, that child basically generation basically was ended. by rich people basically. So anything basically is going to do basically by Bill Gates. So Bill Gates told that basically, yeah, I will lose my entire business basically in Mumbai. So I will do one thing. I will remove that child basically from list only basically. So that basically will be the modification. So anything is going to affect to his lava data because he is going to remove that basically. So anything basically is going to affect, and that lava data was connected with the satellite also. Satellite has also allocated that child basically. So anything is going to affect, nothing is going to affect. Why? Because rich people are now. And that person basically, as in that basically, my generation ended and my Nasbandi has happened basically. And I got AIDS also. Just taking as an example, which is really basically it did not happen. And I was basically connected with the Microsoft group basically. That basically the energy basically. He was giving me, he was actually going to give some energy. Basically. From that basically, I was going to become father. Basically. Now basically, I'm not going to become father. Why? Because generation ended basically by Mumbai. Rich people. Basically. Here basically, I'm just taking as a user story. Nothing, really basically nothing has happened. That future is there basically. Future 100 crore child is there basically. And they will 100% going to get a birth basically. In that basically, my birth is not there basically. So anything is going to affect basically. That is the question basically. Universe group basically is going to do anything, or basically they are also going to remove data of Sunil Nair. If this rich person basically has done Nasbandi, that was approved by the universe group also basically. Without universe group basically, you can't damage a single person's hand also basically. So that was approved by the universe group also. Because rich people are giving money to the universe group and telling that basically I am ready to spend this many money for space. This space basically you create. I am going to give you this much money. Take this money. That money basically is what? That money was. That money is connecting to what basically? Sunil R. Nair basically generation ended. That money you are taking basically. You are taking that money. In that money basically it has written Sunil R. Nair generation we have ended. That money from you have created the space. So anything is basically going to happen to space. Anything is going to happen to galaxies. From that space, basically, lots of galaxies are also created. So anything is going to happen to galaxy. To planets are also created. Nothing is going to happen. Do you think basically anything is going to happen? I don't think basically nothing is going to happen. So here actually what actually we are discussing here basically you are basically again basically you have went to rich people these people you basically now connected this story also of Sunil Nair basically and you connected to the murder story also basically that Sunil Nair basically done murder and the murder case basically was registered in Supreme Court, High Court, and without Supreme Court basically, High Court group basically can't register a single case. Mark my word, basically. Each and every High Courts basically are controlled by Supreme Courts. So in this Supreme Court also basically given approval that register murder case basically against Sunil that he has done murder because company has given us money basically. So we have taken that money basically. We have taken that money basically. Now we can't give money back to that companies basically. That rich people basically has given money to government basically. So here basically what is the topic basically? The 28 sorry the 18 cities basically which has created the data in universe also. Anything is going to affect basically there in universe. By that decision basically which was taken by the rich person that end his generation. That is Sunilar Nair generation basically. I don't think basically anything basically will happen. But that 100 crore child basically is going to happen. That time basically. That time. That time. Anything is going to happen. That you can say. You can say basically. Lots of people say that. Indira Gandhi basically has done the Nasbandi lots of time before basically. So this was actually experiment basically, which currently basically Sunila and I basically asked the question: Is anything is going to happen to that 100 crore child basically, which is going to happen? So is anything going to happen? Somebody, this question basically somebody has asked it long before basically. Is that Nasbandi will happen? Anything is going to effect? So here basically I am asking, anything is going to happen to that 100 crore child, which are basically dumped inside the lava, which is basically inside the bank also. That is lava bank. That only basically one of the person told that here basically how to check basically that you have basically asked a very dangerous thing basically here basically. This is very dangerous thing basically which just now basically I asked. Anything is going to affect basically. That is very dangerous thing basically. That 100 crore child will happen or basically it will not happen or basically that world will end or basically world will be there and the 100 crore child will also happen. But in that basically Sunil Nahar child will be not there. So this world will go or it will not go. If it will go, then how it is going to go in universe? That are a question basically. You will not able to believe that basically how the chain basically has connected due to rich people basically, because that thing was done by the rich people basically. The generation basically which was ended of Sunil Nair, that was done by one of the rich person basically. In that basically all rich people basically connected to, sorry, all rich people basically started giving slap this that basically. Somebody basically damaged his head, somebody damaged his eye, somebody damaged his hand. They told that basically we are rich, so we can do anything basically. हमारे बाप का है पूरा हिंदुस्तान. That was told by those rich people basically. We can do anything basically. See the Sunil Nair basically is the example basically. We have done that is Nasbandi and we have basically given him AIDS basically. In really basically I don't have AIDS and Nasbandi. I'm just taking as an example. User story basically. We are generating user story. Because this is going to connect to universe basically. That's why. Not connected basically. It's going to connect it. So that 100 crore child basically, which is going to happen basically. So that will happen or basically because that is chain basically. For according to that basically the next 1 lakh project basically, sorry, 1 lakh company is going to create another 10 crore project. Like this they are going to create, going to create, going to create, going to create. They are not going to stop. They are going to create, going to create, going to create. Like this water basically in sea water is going to generate, going to generate, going to generate, going to generate. And the drinking basically of the seawater is going to generate inside the bodies, and that in bodies basically are going to generate the energies. Planets creation also basically will start. Galaxy creation also will start. Here basically what is Sunil Arna's generation ended. That chain actually generated. So anything is going to happen basically when that time will come. After this video basically, Galaxy Group also basically started thinking here basically what rich people basically has done here basically. Sorry, what Mumbai has done. He basically not told rich people. He told what Mumbai has done. Then slowly basically he changed his word. What Indian nationality has done. Then after certain time basically he changed his word. He told what Earth planet has done. What Earth planet has done. After this video basically, yeah, this chain basically just now connected and that's why basically. So that was basically very dangerous thing basically. Here basically my Nasbandi has not done and my basically don't have AIDS also. Just taking as an example basically. So that everything should be clear basically. So one of the person told that rich people here basically they can do anything here basically. We are poor people basically. We can't do anything. Basically. So here the user story is what actually. The plan basically which was done basically, that basically somebody interrupted. Interrupted means रुकावट के लिए खेद है, that is basically the no signal found basically. Sometime basically when you watch the TV basically, that time it comes basically no signal found basically. What is that actually? Some people say that basically in satellite basically, where the satellite basically has kept from their area basically some planet basically passed. Due to that basically for certain time basically the satellite basically signal was removed. So here the question is, the chain basically which has generated 100 crore chain basically, 100 crore child is going to happen. In that basically data of Sunilar Nair basically is not there. Why? Because Mumbai city has finished Sunilar Nair generation. So anything basically is going to happen to Mumbai city. Sorry, Maharashtrian caste basically. Because Mumbai basically is of Marathi people basically. So is anything basically is going to happen to Marathi people basically? Or basically anything going to happen, or basically nothing is going to happen. Here basically my generation basically has not ended. My Nasbandi has also not done. That's why. Basically. So anything is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. Marathi people basically are more going to grow. Why? Because they are telling that basically we have finished the Sunila Nair generation. We are proud. We are feeling proud basically. We have ended Sunila Nair generation. So here now the topic is what? 100 crore basically child which is going, which are basically dumped in the lava data, which is going to happen basically or not going to happen. That is the question basically. Due to Mumbai city basically. Sorry, due to Indian nationality basically. Then one person told that basically how we can check here basically. Satellite group also basically started thinking basically. How should basically we check here basically? Sunil Nair basically how we can check here basically. They are also started thinking basically. Because that is one process basically. Because that is going to connect to one idea basically, which idea is connected with that time basically. When that time will come, that time only basically this idea is going to generate, because these ideas are going to create lots of tasks basically, and that task basically are set of energies which is going to generate, which has to generate at that time only. So Sunil Nair basically generation ended, so anything is going to affect to that time. That is very dangerous question basically which I asked. Anything is going to happen basically, because Sunil Nair generation तो end हो गया, his generation has ended, and they have done Jashan also basically. That Sunil Nair basically we have finished the Sunil Nair generation. They have done Jashan also basically. So that Jashan everything basically has done also. They have done the Jashan basically. That Sunil Nair ki nasbandi kar di. We have given him AIDS also, and we have enjoy. We have done enjoy. Enjoy basically. Enjoy. Enjoy. So 500 crore people, sorry, the 100 crore people basically, which is going to take birth, that will happen or basically it will not happen, or basically everything basically is going to go smoothly basically. Because we can't take in between data, and we can't basically dump in between the current going ideas basically in the currently whatever ideas basically which is ongoing in between basically we can't dump that idea basically, which are basically dumped into that lava data basically. We can't that basically, that if we will dump that basically it will the against the rule of Supreme Court, High Court, universal law basically. Everything basically will get in trouble basically. So anything is going to affect. So that basically need to check basically. One of the galaxy person basically become very serious basically after this video basically. Previous video also basically containing this same only basically. But little bit changes are basically made here. So that was basically very dangerous thing basically. Anything is going to affect or basically nothing is going to affect. So that in detail basically we are going to discuss about this topic basically. What are the things basically going to affect basically? in Mumbai with that 1 lakh company, basically, that is the software company, 10 crore project, Microsoft, Bill Gates. He told that basically, sorry, basically, I can't do anything. He removed his data, this Sunil Narayana's data. Then basically, Supreme Court, High Courts, Indian Police Department, Indian land, Mumbai land, anything is going to affect. That basically we are going to discuss in detail in next video.